This pain did not enter your life by accident. It was allowed, measured, and timed, because healing is already working in you quietly, deeply, and beyond what you can see. The pain and fatigue you are experiencing are intentional and purposeful, not random or wasted, and are part of a deeper formation taking place within you. What feels heavy now is not meaningless strain. It is pressure with direction. Nothing in this season is arbitrary, even when it feels exhausting. Pain often signals transformation rather than failure. It exposes areas that are being reshaped, not destroyed. Fatigue follows sustained effort and prolonged endurance, especially when internal change is occurring. You are not breaking down. You are being restructured at a level that requires energy and attention. This kind of formation works beneath awareness. You may not see immediate results, but integration is happening. Old patterns are loosening. New responses are forming. The body and mind are adjusting to a different rhythm. This process is demanding, but it is not harmful. It is corrective. Purposeful pain refines focus. It draws attention inward, away from distraction. You are learning what matters and what no longer serves you. Fatigue slows you down so formation can deepen. Without this slowing, the work would remain certain. This season also strengthens discernment. Through discomfort, you become more attuned to what aligns and what drains. Pain clarifies boundaries. Fatigue reveals limits. These insights protect you moving forward. Nothing here is being wasted. Every moment of endurance is building capacity. What you are learning to carry now will make future responsibilities sustainable. Without this formation, expansion would overwhelm rather than fulfill you. Pain can feel isolating, but you are not alone in it. God is present within the process, guiding what is being reached. The absence of immediate relief does not indicate neglect. It indicates that something more permanent is being established. Fatigue humbles. It reminds you that strength is not limitless and that reliance must deepen. This humility grounds faith. It keeps future success from becoming This season is not about punishment or testing. It is about preparation. You are being equipped to live with greater stability, clarity, and endurance. The pain is not an obstacle. It is a tool. When this season passes, what remains will be stronger and more integrated. You will recognize that what felt unbearable was actually necessary for the depth being formed. The pain and fatigue you feel are not signs of weakness. They are evidence of formation. Something within you is being built with care, and nothing you are enduring now will be lost. The silence, delay, and unanswered prayers are not signs of abandonment, but evidence of God's active work beneath the surface where true healing begins. What feels like absence is often the quiet phase of precise care. Healing that lasts does not rush to resolve symptoms. It addresses what has been hidden, layered, and unresolved. Silence creates space where surface noise no longer distracts from deeper wounds. When immediate answers are withheld, attention shifts inward. This is where healing must begin. God is not ignoring your prayers. He's responding in a way that protects the process rather than shortening it. Delay is often the environment healing requires. Quick resolution can relieve discomfort, but it can leave the root untouched. God allows time so that what has been carried for years can be addressed without being rushed. This pacing ensures that healing is not fragile or temporary. Unanswered prayers signal a shift in focus. Instead of fixing circumstances, God is strengthening capacity. You are being prepared to hold wholeness without losing alignment. Healing is not only about relief. It is about restoration that integrates body, soul, and spirit. Beneath the surface, patterns are being gently unraveled. Emotional habits, internal narratives, and survival responses are being This work is subtle and often invisible, but it is active. Silence allows this work to happen without interference. Abandonment would leave you exposed. This season is doing the opposite. You are being held in a controlled environment where healing can unfold safely. God is attentive to every layer, even the ones you cannot articulate. Delay also builds trust. You are learning how to remain faithful without immediate evidence. This trust becomes part of the healing. It stabilizes you internally so that future challenges do not reopen old wounds. Silence deepens awareness. You begin to recognize God's presence without needing constant reassurance. This awareness strengthens connection and reduces anxiety. Healing includes learning how to rest in presence rather than striving for answers. What feels stagnant is actually active beneath the surface, like roots growing unseen. Strength is forming where it cannot yet be measured. When growth appears later, it will be supported by what was established quietly. You are not being forgotten. You are being carefully restored. The silence, delay, and unanswered prayers are not obstacles to healing. They are the conditions that make true healing possible, ensuring that what is restored now will remain whole and enduring. Healing is unfolding in divine order, often touching the soul and spirit before manifesting visibly in the body, restoring inner alignment before external relief. This order is intentional. God addresses what governs the surface before changing what is seen. Inner alignment must come first so that healing is not partial or temporary. The soul carries memory, emotion, and interpretation. When it is wounded, the body often bears the strain. God begins by restoring the inner world because it directs how the body responds to stress, fear, and endurance. Healing at this level creates stability that physical relief alone cannot sustain. The spirit is being strengthened to hold peace without dependence on circumstance. This strengthening brings calm where anxiety once ruled. As the spirit steadies, the body begins to respond. Tension releases gradually. Rhythms normalize. Healing moves from internal order toward outward expression. This process can feel slow because inner changes are subtle. You may notice shifts in perception before changes in sensation. A greater sense of grounding, a quieter mind, an ability to rest without fear. These are not minor. They are foundations being set. Divine order prevents relapse. If the body were healed without the soul being restored, old patterns would eventually reassert themselves. God ensures that healing is integrated, not isolated. Alignment at the core supports lasting relief. Restoring inner alignment also addresses identity. You are learning how to exist without being defined by pain. This redefinition is essential. Healing is not only about removing symptoms, it is about reclaiming wholeness. External relief often arrives after internal stability has been secured. When the soul and spirit are aligned, the body is no longer fighting against unresolved tension. Healing can then surface naturally. This order requires patience. It invites trust in what cannot yet be seen. You are not being bypassed. You are being healed thoroughly. God is attentive to sequence because sequence protects outcome. Healing that unfolds this way produces resilience. You become capable of maintaining wellness without fear of regression. The work done inwardly continues to support you long after visible symptoms fade. You may be tempted to measure progress by physical change alone. God measures progress by integration. The peace forming within you is part of the healing. The clarity emerging is part of the healing. Healing is already underway. It is moving in the right direction, at the right pace. Inner alignment is being restored first, so that when external relief appears, it will rest on a stable foundation. This divine order ensures that what is healed now will remain whole, balanced, and sustained. This season is refining your capacity to hold peace, strength, and wholeness without breaking under pressure, shaping you for what is ahead. What feels demanding now is not meant to exhaust you, but to expand what you can carry. Capacity is not increased through comfort. It is formed through measured strain that strengthens rather than destroys. Peace is being tested and stabilized. You are learning how to remain grounded even when circumstances do not resolve quickly. This peace is not fragile. It is becoming rooted. It no longer depends on immediate relief. It rests in alignment. Strength is also being recalibrated, not the kind that pushes through endlessly, but the kind that knows when to pause, when to endure, and when to release control. This strength is sustainable. It prevents collapse when responsibility increases. Wholeness requires integration. You are learning how to remain intact under pressure rather than fragmenting emotionally or spiritually. This integration ensures that future challenges do not pull you apart. You are becoming resilient rather than reactive. Pressure reveals limits so they can be expanded safely. God does not overwhelm. He measures what you carry. This season is calibrated to refine, not crush. Each moment of endurance is strengthening internal stability. You are being shaped for longevity. What is ahead requires steadiness more than speed. Peace that can be held under pressure creates clarity. Clarity guides wise action. This sequence protects you from burnout and disillusionment. Wholeness formed here will support future growth. You are learning how to remain present rather than overwhelmed. This presence allows you to respond rather than react. This season also sharpens discernment. Under pressure, what matters becomes clear. Distractions lose their pull. Alignment strengthens. You begin to trust your inner stability. Shaping happens quietly. You may not feel stronger yet, but capacity is increasing. Endurance is being built into your rhythm. This prepares you to carry responsibility without losing balance. What is ahead will not require a different version of you. It'll require a strengthened version of who you are becoming now. This season is ensuring that you can hold more without breaking. You are not being hardened. You are being fortified. Peace, strength, and wholeness are being secured so that future pressure does not destabilize you. This shaping is intentional. It ensures that when the next season arrives, you will meet it grounded, clear, and whole. You are not forgotten or weak. You are being carefully restored, preserved, and aligned. And healing has already begun, even if it is not yet fully seen. What you are experiencing is not evidence of failure or neglect. It is evidence of attentive care working at a depth that cannot be rushed or forced. Restoration rarely announces itself at the beginning. It often begins quietly, where only subtle shifts are noticeable. A steadier breath, a calmer response, a moment of peace where anxiety once lived. These are early signs that healing is underway, even if visible change has not yet caught up. Preservation is happening through restraint. God is keeping you from paths and pressures that would interfere with the work being done within you. What feels like limitation is actually protection. You are being held in a space where healing can unfold without being disrupted. Alignment is being restored gently. Your inner world is being reordered so that mind, body, and spirit can function together rather than in conflict. This alignment creates stability that physical relief alone cannot provide. It ensures that healing will be lasting rather than temporary. Feeling weak does not mean you are weak. Fatigue often accompanies deep repair. The energy being used now is directed inward. Your system is recalibrating. This process requires patience and rest, not self-judgment. God's care is precise. He is attentive to timing, sequence, and capacity. Nothing is being overlooked. Healing that unfolds this way addresses the root rather than the symptom. It creates wholeness rather than temporary comfort. You are not being asked to prove strength. You are being invited to receive care. This season is not about effort. It is about trust and endurance. Allowing healing to proceed without rushing it is part of the restoration. Even when progress feels slow, movement is happening. What is being rebuilt now will support you later. The foundation being laid is stable and enduring. You are being preserved for what is ahead. Healing is not isolating you from life. It is preparing you to engage it fully, without being compromised by what once wounded you. You are not forgotten. You are not failing. You are in the middle of a careful process that honors your limits and restores your strength. Healing has already begun. In time, what is now invisible will become evident. Until then, you are held, aligned, and being restored with intention and care.